We welcome in our Tim MacMahon, who's out there in Salt Lake City. And Tim, look, LeBron let us have our July 4th weekend, so I'm not mad about that. When you talk to people around the league, though, what is the sense that you're getting about which team is the favorite to land LeBron James?
Where do you think he goes is like the first question that people ask each other around the league. I'm out here at Salt Lake City Summer League, and I can't tell you how many times I asked that question, I heard that question. And look, Cleveland is considered the favorite. People are just connecting dots here. This isn't based on intel. This is based on the speculation game. But there's a storyline in it. You know, LeBron's in his hometown of Akron, hanging out with his high school teammates, including one, Brandon Weems, who is a front office executive for the Cavaliers right now. Now, there is a belief that there are other teams, kind of the wild card teams, the Sixers, the Timberwolves, the Nuggets, that feel like they have legitimate chances. And the Nuggets are an especially intriguing situation for the simple fact that they have a three-time MVP in Nikola Jokic. They have the proven core of a championship team. LeBron does have relationships with people in the building, including at the top of the building, Josh Kroenke, the chairman, the day-to-day ownership presence. You know, Jared Dudley was a championship teammate of his with the Los Angeles Lakers. He's now an assistant coach there. Peyton Watson, a restricted free agent, also represented by Rich Paul. That's an interesting little dance. The Clippers also have interest in him, by the way. But again, imagine LeBron and Joker, two of the most brilliant basketball minds of all time, sharing the same team.
We've officially hit maniacal levels when we get the whiteboard out and we start connecting the dots between LeBron and different players and places across the league. But Tim, the Summer League, as you mentioned, is underway, where some of the top picks made their debuts last night. Which players stood out to you, though?
Yeah, look, I'm out here in Salt Lake City, and no surprise, the guy who was picked second in the draft and the guy who was picked third in the draft looked awfully good. Were very impressive. Darren Peterson, the number 2 overall pick, you know, one of the scouts that I was sitting next to said, it all just looks easy to him. And he's talking about his ability to create his own shot, to get to his spots, to rise up over the defender, to create space to get to that step back three. He had 28 points last night, exactly the kind of performance you expect out of a player with that sort of pedigree. And look, Cam Boozer, they blew out Oklahoma City's Summer League team, but 15 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. And honestly, the thing that really has the scouts buzzing the most about him is his combination of power and passing. This is a guy who's 6'9", 253 pounds, can get where he wants because he's so strong and so skilled with the handle, and just has the vision and the ability to throw any pass because of his size. He is a power point forward.
Yeah, Cam Boozer just looking completely comfortable out there on the court. Tim MacMahon with the latest. Thanks so much, Tim.
The top NBA free agent left on the market is none other than the King, LeBron James. His agent, Rich Paul, saying at least 27 teams have shown interest in having LeBron join their squad. He went on to say every day things change, and this is the first time that he's making a decision pressure-free. Senior writers Vincent Goodwill and David Dennis Jr. with us now. Let me just say, America, we all got on the same vibe, same color, so we're on to a good start right now, fellas. Let me just say that. But Vince, let me start with you. We've heard the possibility of LeBron to Miami, Cleveland, and Philly. What's another intriguing destination out there?
On Rich Paul's board, there was something that looked like the Denver Nuggets on that board. You think about what the Nuggets have not accomplished since winning the championship a few years ago. Knocked out in the second round twice, knocked out in the first round once. Like, this team has been far away from the championship discussion. But if you add LeBron James there next to Nikola Jokic, and on a team that had the best offense in the league last year, they would be right back into the championship conversation. Can you imagine the pairing between those two guys with the way that offense runs? He could take a little bit of pressure off of Jokic. Jokic could take a lot of pressure off of him. I think that's an intriguing destination we haven't talked much about from a basketball standpoint. And I think in the Western Conference, that'd be a little bit scary.
Yeah, a lot scary, Vince. But David, I'll ask you what Vince just kind of put out in the air. What would a LeBron-Jokic pairing look like?
First of all, I don't know if I need to complain to HR or producers or whoever, but I was promised that I would not be on television agreeing with Vinny Goodwill, and I'm here first thing in the morning agreeing with Vinny Goodwill. I have a reputation to uphold, everybody. This is not good for my brand right now, but I do agree with him. It's the Denver Nuggets, and I saw it on the board. I perked up. It was interesting to me, the idea of LeBron James and Jokic together. they could roll the basketball out and these dudes could just figure out how to play seamless basketball with one another. They're just that smart. And on a given night, LeBron James could be the third option on that team. That gives him a little respite with Aaron Gordon there. If he's healthy, defensively he helps. Part of this, though, a little bit of this on Denver. They got to figure out what they're going to do with Peyton Watson, and if they're going to get, try to make that move for LeBron, which would put them in the second apron, which is something they do not really want to do. But Jokic deserves a real shot, and trying to get LeBron James there gives him another real shot and a crack at a championship.
All right, Vince, so what's the team that makes the most sense for LeBron?
Well, trust me, me and my humble brother David will certainly disagree on this one to restore his brand. The Miami Heat, a reunion with Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra. When you think about what they have, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Bam Adebayo, you can just even take away what we're seeing now, LeBron, when he was at the peak of his powers. He doesn't have to be that with the Miami Heat. He can play off of Bam. He can play off of Giannis. Eric Spoelstra commandeered one of the better offenses in the league last year without a true number one option. You slot LeBron in there with the shooting of Tim Hardaway Jr., with the Heat's sort of know-how of finding guys on the edges, the way that they've historically found guys like, the Gabe Vincents, the Max Struses of the world. The single easiest quality to find in the NBA is shooting. LeBron making a reunion with the Miami Heat, letting Giannis do all the things for the first 45 minutes. LeBron playing off of him, and then LeBron turning into a closer in the last 5 minutes of the game. That's something that makes logical sense to me.
Let's stick with that word, logical. David, and as Vince just said, you'll probably disagree with him. Where do you believe is the most logical landing spot for LeBron?
I feel so much better. Nature is healing because, once again, I'm right and Vinny's wrong. So, to me, it's Golden State. Golden State just makes perfect sense for LeBron James. When him and Steph Curry are together, it is basketball nirvana. We saw this at the Olympics. These two guys know how to play together. Just the idea of LeBron James, Stephen Curry, pick and roll, Draymond helping run that offense, the old guys getting together. This just feels like a storybook ending, a way to end that rivalry that defined so much of a decade ago. These guys giving it one more run. It makes basketball sense. It makes storytelling sense. It makes sense from a fan standpoint. This is just the perfect ending for the LeBron James and Stephen Curry rivalry.
Wherever he ends up, we're going to love it, and we're going to watch. LeBron turns 42 on December 30th, by the way. Vince and David? His agent, Rich Paul, telling ESPN that he has now spoken to 27 teams about James, and that, quote, every day, things change. Senior NBA writer Vincent Goodwill joins us now. And Vince, Rich Paul also said on a recent podcast that LeBron would have signed with the Knicks if they hadn't won the title. When you hear that statement, what comes to mind?
I would like to know what my cousin Amina thinks about that
I
Knicks
just
statement.
knew you were going to say that,
Come on,
Vinny.
cousin Amina, what we got to say?
to know.
My ears
what
perked up
Knicks
just a
Nation-
little bit. I was like, you know what? I'll take the title, though, Vinny. I'm not mad at it.
I would love to know what the Knicks representative thinks about this statement, because it looks like Rich and LeBron just teasing the Knicks, because he's had multiple times to go there. He's had multiple times to be the Knicks savior. And honestly, even if he got to the Knicks, it would almost been like a low-hanging win situation. The Knicks team was sort of built off of togetherness and the Nova guys and everything else. Then LeBron comes in there and changes everything. It just sounds like a really, really big tease. When you have every team in the league almost buying for your services, it does present this, guys. It lets you know that Rich and LeBron are considering every single possibility.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like that situation is definitely low-hanging fruit, but also that LeBron, if that was to happen, just would have maybe messed up the chemistry